This is how you will know you are meant for more without a single doubt in your body, in your soul, in your brain. And this is how you might already know. And this is how I know that I was meant for more, that I was meant to have a big fucking life, a delusional life. And it's because I am deeply dissatisfied with less than what I desire and deserve. And I know that's very taboo to hear, right? We've always been taught be grateful for what you have. Other people have it worse. And then what do? We go around and we gaslight ourselves into having gratitude, even though we're not feeling fulfilled, even though we don't have that sense of purpose, even though we don't have the unlimited vacation days we want, even though we don't have the millions of dollars. And why? Because society has taught us that we don't get to have those things. And our brain and our nervous system, we crave safety, we crave security, we crave a sense of belonging with others. So we dim that urge, that light, so that we feel accepted and loved. But for those of you that are in the entrepreneurial space or journaling in your notebook about how to get into the entrepreneurial space, you know that will not keep you satisfied. Somewhere inside of you, your soul knows that's not fucking good enough. And I am here to tell you today, it's okay. You are allowed to have a good life and still want more. You are allowed to have a loving partnership and still want more passion in your relationship. You are allowed to have an amazing family and still set boundaries and say no with them. You are allowed. There is no permission needed in how you want to run your life. And this is where so many women get it wrong. We dive into this business space thinking we're going to have autonomy over our businesses, thinking that we're going to be in charge, we're going to make as much money as we fucking want. And then we fall back into that good girl, self-sacrificing. We get smaller and smaller because we look around and other people are telling us what we can and cannot do. Other people are telling us the steps and the ladders we need to climb up to get to our goal. And so what do? We gaslight ourselves again. We stop listening to our voice. We stop listening to our gut. We stop listening to the dreams and the goals that we have. And we're like, okay, yeah, I guess I actually just have to do it this way and I have to settle. You've heard it before. Maybe you've been in a course or a container where your coach is like, well, no, first you need to level up. You've got to start here. You always have to start with one-to-one offers. You can't just scale to community right away because you haven't proven yourself. Fuck that bitch. You have proven yourself. You probably had a career before this where you spent 20 years proving your worth. Those skills and values, they get to come with you. And your worth doesn't come from what somebody says. Your worth doesn't come from your income. I'm going to just break the ceiling right now. Your value, your worth, the education that you provide, it does not come from how much money your business is making. It comes from the transformation that you can provide for other people. So I, as a child protection social worker and years in mental health experience, when I dove into this business space, I really held myself back. I had my offers at super low prices. I didn't fully believe in myself with full conviction that I could get people the results that they wanted because my business was not there. And then I had women coming into my community. I remember the first woman I supported that already had a 7-figure business. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why did she pick me? I don't know. And then I had a call with her, right? Because that doubt was there. And I was like, okay, I better talk to her first to make sure, I know what I'm doing and I can help her out. And the second I got on the call with her, I was like, I know why she needs me. I know exactly why this woman is in front of me. And although I have not built my own business to 7 figures yet, I can definitely help her get to 8. 100%. My skills in my area of expertise in brain science and identity rewiring, in helping remove the barriers that are preventing her from reaching that success, I am the fucking person for her. And once again, this is why you get to have the big dreams. And if I listen to all the noise out there that's saying, no, you have to do it this way and, just follow the steps and your business will grow. And first you have to hit your 5K month and then you can offer higher and higher and then you can raise your prices. Fuck that. My experiences hold value. I literally took human beings in the darkest moments of their lives and transformed their entire family dynamic. If I can do that with people that are completely unwilling to do the work, I would say 20% of my clients were like, I don't want to work with you. I don't want to change. I want to keep these patterns that are unhealthy and abusive behaviors. If I can transform those people that didn't even want to fucking do the work in the beginning, I can transform anybody. I can help anybody reach any of their delusional goals because I have done it and I have proven it time and time again. This is where we fall into the trap of proving ourselves. And we fall into that because honestly, we were helpers to begin with. I feel like women just didn't fully evolve from this self-sacrificing role. Like we're still stuck back there in caveman days where it's like, oh yes, we have to make sure everybody else is okay first. We have to make sure that my loudness and my big noise and all the fucking money I'm making doesn't make Sally Sue over there uncomfortable. Fuck Sally Sue. If she's uncomfortable, she can go out and start a business of her own. It reflects and it trickles into every area of her life. And I catch myself trying to be small all the time. I remember giving a shout out to single moms this Christmas. I was like, shout out to all the single moms at Christmas. I was a single mom for 13 years. I know what you're going through. I know how challenging this can be as a single mom. And then this other woman hops in there and she's like, well, what about the moms whose husbands don't do anything? Some of us are also struggling. And I'm like, I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean by that. I have a partner, he might not know what we put under the Christmas tree, but I don't know what the fucking mortgage is. I don't worry about the bills. I mean, honestly, I was like, what are you talking about? And she's like, okay, well, I still have to do a lot and he doesn't do anything. And I'm like, then pick a better partner. You're not a victim of your circumstances. I'm not going to be small and I'm not going to dumb down and I'm not going to extend my appreciation to you because you feel like you need to be the victim and I can't celebrate the fact that I have a fucking awesome relationship. But I chose to have an awesome relationship. It wasn't always like that. And could I have settled? For sure. We have a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old. And at the time when our relationship wasn't doing great, we sat down and had a conversation together that's like, what do we want this to look like? And yes, it doesn't look like Sally Sue or the neighbor across the street or the neighbor next door. It's way better than that. Why? Because we decided unapologetically, we decided we were going to have the relationship where you have it all. Unapologetically, I decided, no, my business is going to make way more fucking money and I'm not going to feel guilty about it. Unapologetically, I do want to take a bunch of vacations every year and I do want to fly around and go hiking with my kids. Why? Because that's what I want. And I'm allowed to live the life that I desire and deserve. And it is not hurting anybody. And I know some of you are sitting there right now on the other side of your little screen going, that's not very nice and you should think of other people and blah, blah. You know what? Me having a big fucking life or you having a big fucking life does not hurt other people. You making a ridiculous amount of money and going on vacations with your family and being super in love with every part of your life and waking up obsessed every single day, that does not hurt anybody. And if those people feel hurt, they also have choices too. They can also make a decision to do something different with their life. I did not come from money. I did not come from opportunity. I literally grew up where sometimes we didn't have electricity in our house. I didn't come from wealth. I didn't come from an understanding of even financial literacy. I was in debt. I definitely could have stayed on the path of self-sacrificing as a child protection social worker. I could have gone back after my stress leave and said, no, this is my job. This is the work I do. I will take the 2 weeks of vacation a year. I will take the barely covering my wage, living paycheck to paycheck, because this is just what people do. I definitely could have made that choice. And honestly, some days that choice might have been easier. Because the truth about entrepreneurship is it's fucking hard. It is personal development on crack. Because you have to become a person that wants more and unapologetically goes towards the more. And a lot of people don't understand you. But here's the thing you need to know. It's not their job to understand you. It's not your job to convince them to understand you. You need to be fully committed and have such conviction in the life that you want to live and the life that you want to lead that nothing else matters. Your big fucking delusional goals are possible. How many people have proved it over and over and over? And if you're not seeing people winning, and if you're not seeing that reality of people living big lives, you need to change the algorithm in your brain. You have this little part in your brain called the Reticular Activating System. It is the filter for your brain. It literally filters millions of pieces of data every second, but it filters your norm. So when you're just running on autopilot and you're just seeing everybody struggling and everybody's complaining about politics and what's going on in the government and inflation sucks and, we all bitch about our husbands and mom groups and stuff, you get to choose to filter in a different reality. I do. And it is hard. And sometimes it does feel lonely when you're the only mom at mom group that's like, I can't contribute to this bitch session because I chose to have a relationship that looks very different than what the rest of you are talking about. Or when people in my family are complaining about money, I'm like, I don't relate. I can't communicate that victim mentality because it's not my reality anymore. You search for the opportunities and you surround yourself with people that are living the life that you want. You surround yourself with people that inspire you. I'm in a community of women that support each other, not compete with each other. There's no shortage of success. There's no scarcity here. 50 of us can have success at the same time, and it doesn't mean that her success is going to limit my success. It doesn't mean that me making a bunch of money and talking about a loving relationship and having these vacations means that you don't get to have that. It means that I'm deciding to. And that's what everything in life comes down to. So, to wrap this up, if you are struggling in your life, if you are struggling following through, if you are struggling at committing on your business, if you are struggling at scaling your business, here's what you need to hear from me. The reason you are struggling is because you have not stepped into the identity of no permission needed and unapologetically owned what you actually want your life to look like. You are still stuck in the good girl era. You are still stuck in the self-sacrifice and the people-pleasing era. You need to get out of that. You need to reset your identity. You need to move towards the hard, and you need to make decisions that align with who you want to become. You guys, if this resonated with you, if it hit, I would love for you to share this. I would love for you to subscribe. It really helps as somebody who's like brand new in this space, in the YouTube, the podcast world. Reach more people because there are a gazillion people making podcasts and making YouTube. So like if I can reach more people and I can send this message and just give you a space to feel like you're right. I can have it all and I don't need to apologize for wanting it all because wanting it all isn't hurting anybody. It's just having a fucking awesome life that you're obsessed with. If you guys want some resources, as always, I will leave them below. There's lots of free resources, lots of ways to connect with me, and lots of spaces that I can offer you to get into a room of women who are unapologetically owning their CEO era, who are stepping into the identity who they meant to be and building a life that they get to wake up obsessed to every single day. As always, I have an unwavering belief in your potential, and I wish you nothing but success.